Is there anything that gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game? And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Illini, Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Illinois. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Illinois Fighting Illini. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Illinois will kick it off to get us underway. Here he comes with the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Boilermakers offense will have the first crack at it in this one. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games. The team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay disciplined, who can stay tough and keep and block out all the noise.
And the Boilermakers in the hurry up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that, you got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. The sure hands, it's Poe. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold on.
They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Might be calling a hot route. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. Got room at the 35. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big time pickup on that one.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was 2nd and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. He's got it up to 25. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. The Boilermakers have their offense in high gear. Wants to throw on first down. Quick strike complete. Touchdown, Purdue! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So the Illinois Fighting Illini now go on offense, and they'll have it for the first time. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like it was a defensively, I also know that. And I know he's looking that way. So look forward to seeing the chess match with the defense and maybe ways they can take him away.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. Still running at the 40. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Fighting Illini using that big run to get momentum going. They're working that left side. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Rides to back and leaves it. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. A strike downfield. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Illini started this drive deep in their own end, but now starting to generate some momentum. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. The hand to the running back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical runs, and I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going, and as a result, he's going backwards. That's a big TFL for the defense.
Now on 1st and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown Illini!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. So a drive there of 82 yards. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Back has it. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. They go to the wide receiver screen. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Boilermakers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Pulls it in. It's Ivory. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it.
So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. Now on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the strong run on 2nd down, 3rd down coming. Do they do it again? Pocket breaking down. Their pass not close as he got twirled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Boilermakers send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. just needs a crack to get a return. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get rid of it.
Here comes the offense back onto the field. Making side adjustments here. They want to run this quarterback. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Snap to the back. Oh, they're after him. Lining up to convert third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And they fail to hook up on third down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Absolutely center cut. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Back to pass. Floats it out in space. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Illinois now facing third and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Third and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
Boots his first of the day away. He was called on 4 times in the victory last week. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Now on the move. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. Slithers into space. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. Now they've got it at the 44 on first and 10. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Ivory. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Boilermakers are marching down the field. To the ground with the back. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
It really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks, and make plays.
He's got him. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. The Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now on the option. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game. Football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. And the pass is incomplete here on 3rd down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out.
Hold.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Splits the uprights. It's good. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The give to the back. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Got a man. It's Jackson. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Hold.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Zings it complete to the right. At the 35, he's loose. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw it. Pulls it in. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a 1st down and a pickup of 10. Last completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. They'll give it to the back. Turning it on. Got the 1st down and more. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Looking downfield on 1st down. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Got the back over the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. It's good. The lead is down to a field goal. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American. The home team has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. The Orange are a big play away. Years past, it was Dwight Freeney who would do it. We'll see if there's a hero out there today. They're up by 7 over Syracuse. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. The Boilermakers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. The Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And the Boilermakers are in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Poe. Oh, he's got some space. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
And the QB has had a nice drive, and this offense has been throwing the football over the yard. If you want to stop that, get pressure on him. Nice job getting to the quarterback effectively. And even better, getting him on the ground.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Boilermakers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Quickly complete. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. The Boilermakers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Calls his own number. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. His drive will open from the 15. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. This one's complete.
Some crossing routes are designed to beat man coverage, but that one worked out pretty well in zone. Nice spot getting the completion.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt. Slips through the line. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll leave it with him. Crosses the 35. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Illinois offense returns to the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football Palmer out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Quick step and go. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. Now improvising. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. And the pass was broken up, incomplete, and there's a flag on the field. This could be offensive holding. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. The give on the option. The ball squirts free. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
On the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. The Boilermakers will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit.
He's loose on the left. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Just a short pass to the tight end. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Looking for space, it's Jackson. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Fires to the right. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the 5-yard step off, 1st and 15 for this offense. He's looking to throw. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. Push down for the tackle. The Fighting Illini needing to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Finds his tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain.
There he goes. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Purdue! Now they've got a little breathe. Want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week in CUSA, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Southern Miss is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Louisiana. Just another week of Conference USA football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. Wants to go up top on first down. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gives it to the back on the draw. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up of 3. It's 3rd and 7. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Got it behind the line. It's Jackson. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. The option look. Past the first down marker and still running. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. And the Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. Using his feet.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So first down will open up the final period. He'll ride his man on the option. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The Boilermakers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He'll pull it on the read. Nice move there. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Boilermakers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Leaves it with the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Takes the easy completion. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The Boilermakers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. From the gun. Looking to get it in. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, the inside give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. After getting nothing, would they try to throw it again on 3rd and 1? Trying to slam in. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The offense didn't even glance to the sideline. Bill sneaks it into the end zone.
I think most coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big 4th down conversion.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. The Illinois offense returns to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance.
And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Out of bounds at the 18, and that is just what they needed to get it away from their own end zone. He'll do it himself. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Illinois now staring at a 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's snow. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Looking downfield on first down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that one's incomplete. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
Illinois putting together a really nice drive. To the air on first down. Under fire. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is.
Holding.
They'll back him up with a holding penalty this time. They've spent most of the day backing them up with sacks anyway. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. Knocked down for the tackle. The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. Illinois lining up quickly. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. This drive facing a little adversity now. A 10-yard loss leaves him with 2nd and 20. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Throws to the wideout. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Throws toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. They'll keep it on the ground. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. Here on third down, will they go back to the running game? From the gun, wants to pass. There were serious revolutions on that third down pass, but it's incomplete. And the Boilermakers will bring the punt team onto the field. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Jackson. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. The Fighting Illini with options here on second and short. Wants to go up top. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game. But the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
They've got him wobbling after that big play now to pay it off on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Here's the handoff. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. Quarterback on the keeper. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.